Hi, it's me, Rasheed, coach, speaker, and author, a soul trader, putting heart back into your business. And welcome to this very, very, very special episode. This is a rare thing for me. It's a combination of my Catch the Coach newsletter, video newsletter, and my Soul Trader podcast and webinar. It's all of these things kind of rolled into one. And our theme as we head toward the end of what's been a tumultuous year is the five greatest gifts. The five greatest gifts: peace, love, joy, harmony, and well-being. Five greatest gifts. You know, at this time of the year, which means so much to so many people, and it probably means more this year than it's meant for many, many years, with the challenging year that it's been, with the global COVID pandemic, with how things have been going on politically in many, many parts of the world, not just in the USA. There's been a lot of uncertainty here in the UK as it wraps up its relationship, its very, very close relationship with Europe in some ways, but all over the world, all over the world. And we know that for so many people, be it that you're running a business or the soul traders, for so many people in the workplace, with the impact in terms of many, many, many sectors where lots of people have been losing their jobs or face job uncertainty, and also on that personal level with people in their lives and their families. So this time of the year, which is about so many things, celebration, togetherness, for people who are religious, non-religious, humanitarians, and so on, and for people who are just ready for that end of year break, if they're lucky enough to get one. This time of the year is really, really important. And so I thought for this December issue, I would talk about these five greatest gifts, because often at this time of the year, we are gifting each other with this, that, and the others often, aren't we? But I wanted to talk about these five greatest gifts. Let's get on with it. Number one is peace. Where does peace begin? It begins within. Those at peace with themselves don't battle themselves, nor do they wage war on others, is my quote. So this peace journey, like so many things, begins within. Peace. And people talk all the time about peace of mind. And peace of mind happens when we come to peace with the contents of our mind. So this peace is a mindfulness. It's about a mind, quietening of the mind. It's about an acceptance. It's about embracing oneself. It's about embracing life itself. And the one thing I should say about all five of these gifts are these are things that we can gift ourselves. None of these gifts will cost you anything. They can be very costly if we don't embrace them. So the first is peace. And peace requires stillness. You might find it in nature. You might find it in meditation. You might find it in some physical activity, sport, and so on, or whatever it might well be. We're all different. Arts, crafts, creating music. Peace. Number one. Number two, love. I have a saying, everything boils down to love and compassion or its absence. Everything boils to compassion and love or its absence. So again, this love thing begins within. Self-compassion, self-love. Loving oneself, loving one's gifts. It's that gifts words again, loving one's talents, seeing oneself, seeing the gifts we have. I know so many people, I meet so many people, I coach and train so many people every year. And the thing that's closest and dearest, themselves, they don't see their magic. My saying here is know your magic, trust your magic, use your magic, and know that you're a manifestation of life's magic. So there's something here about that self-love. Really loving oneself, falling in love with life itself, falling in love with this gift that we have. and realizing that in some way, shapes, or form, at some point in our life, we've been loved. Somebody's shown us love. May have been our parents, may have been a guardian, may have been an aunt and an uncle, it may have been a passerby, may have been partner, may have been friends. But trust me, in some way, shape, or form, at some point, there's been love. And the invitation in life is for us to share that love, isn't it? Love. It's gift number 2. Gift number 3 is joy. Joy. Enjoy. Enjoy. Joyfulness. Joy. Joy to the world. Joy. What are the things that bring you joy? Who are the people who brought joy to you? How is it that you can bring joy to your work? Maybe you're lucky enough to have work. Maybe that's actually realizing, I should be joyful about that. Many people may not be quite so lucky right now in their careers or in business. Joy. Joy. Smile. The smile. For me, my tip here in terms of joy, which is again a gift you can give to yourself, by pausing. And my first tip here is beginning every day with a large bowl of gratitude. What are the things I have? I have a roof over my head today, or I have some food that I can eat, or I have some people around me. I should be joyful. I should be grateful. So joyfulness springs from gratitude. Nature can bring so much joy. Sometimes as human beings, we get so caught up in our day-to-day lives and the practicals and the to-dos and all of that, we forget those little joys of life. Kids don't watch them. Just watch kids playing in the street. If you happen to have kids, watch them, or close ones who are young, watch that. They don't need necessarily, 1,000, 10,000, £1 million in the bank to have joy. The fact that they have the body and an imagination is enough. It's important to bear in mind at this time of the year, especially if you're going to be showering people with all sorts of gifts. So joy is our gift number 3. Gift number 4 is harmony. 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 In many parts of the world this year, we've seen a lot of disharmony, but at the same time this year, we've seen beautiful, beautiful, powerful examples of harmony, of people working together, people looking out for their neighbors, different services working together, people helping each other out, people stepping in. Harmony. When there's harmony, we can create beautiful melodies, create beautiful compositions, new magical things. Harmony. And again, this harmony thing begins within. Being at peace with myself, the different aspects of who it is that I am, the different qualities that you have, the different sides of your different personality, the different elements of your life. Realize that they make this rich tapestry. Harmony. Really harmony. And if there haven't been things that have been harmonious, where are the things that you could just subtle shifts, just retuning things here and there, perhaps in your work, in your business, could bring greater harmony. Harmony. The last of the 5 greatest gifts is well-being. You know what? Perhaps this is the greatest of them all. It's the most subtle but obvious and profound, and often the one that we most overlook. Well-being. To have health, to have this gift of life, this incarnation of life, this body, however your body is configured, and of course it will shift and change throughout life. So health in a way is fleeting, whatever level of well-being we have, it's a gift. As long as this thing beats, it's a gift. As long as there's breath, it's a gift. I'm fortunate enough to be running a session very, very soon, or co-running a session, which is about leadership among people with disabilities and with long-term health conditions. And of course, we can learn so much, and our workplaces would be so much richer if there was that kind of inclusivity in the things that we can learn and realize, because many of us, most of us, all of us, at some point in our lives will face that, live with that. That's part of this whole dance of life. So well-being, the gift of well-being, whatever level it is perhaps this greatest gift. And again, that brings us back to where we started this year. So many of you will perhaps know people who've been affected, perhaps majorly in terms of, with COVID-19, perhaps in terms of health, perhaps in other financial well-being in so many different ways. Perhaps you've even lost loved ones this year through the natural end of life, or perhaps for all sorts of circumstances in life. So this thing about well-being. And this well-being thing for me starts with wishing ourselves well. And for those of you who are in business, in careers, taking care of your wellness is really important, because without that well-being, there's not the energy to do any of these things. So we've covered these 5 gifts: peace, love, joy, harmony, well-being. And when we wrap them all together, we have fulfillment. If you like, happiness springs from these things. It's within each and every of these gifts. And all these gifts are free. You don't need me to bestow them upon you. You might buy all sorts of things in the hope that they'll give you them. But these are life's gifts to you, your gifts to yourself, your gifts to everybody else. That's the invitation of life. That's the invitation of life, through us showing up, singing our song. So in this probably last main episode of Catch the Coach Soul Trader podcast of the year, probably the last main one, there might be something else special. I just want to thank absolutely everybody I've met and worked with this year, all the incredible people, and I'm lucky enough to work with so many incredible people. I want to thank the wonderful team at the British Library. I'm going to do a separate video with thanks and so on, but here, lots of people might see this. I want to thank them, and who've been putting on lots of additional support for lots of those people, especially the small micro business who've been struggling, many of whom have been struggling this year. I want to thank all the different associates that I work with in so many different ways, the wondrous team, the team at Interchange and People Development. I want to just thank so many, the National Day for Staff Networks team. There's just so many people, far more people than I can possibly mention. All the friends and family, I want to thank all of them as well. I want to thank all of those of you who've come to my events, my workshops and my talks, and there have been many this year, more than usual, including the Compassion Check-in events, including the new Creative Talkspace event, which you might want to look up. Check out my events pages for those, the events page on my website, rosario.com, the events page on soul-trader.biz. You'll find many of these things. So I just want to thank everybody who's engaged with these things or bought any of the talks or come along to any of my programs that I run, all the people I met with, all the organisations I work with, especially like the NHS. I work with a number of NHS trusts. If you are still wanting gifts and you're still struggling for gifts, or with gifts to remind you of those gifts, there are a number that you'll find on my main rosario.com website, and some ones that time with what we talked about, Become Who You Are. These are all below £10. You can, the audio of this beautiful talk about For Inner Peace, just if you can see the titles there. Can you see? Well, if this is audio, you're not going to be able to hear it. But The Gift of Inner Success. Become Who You Are. It's a semi-meditative talk for inner peace. The Gift of Inner Success, which is about many of the things that I've been talking here, inner peace, inner happiness. You can, again, get the audio of this on my website, rosario.com. Those of you in business might have or might want a gift for somebody else. My Soul Trader book. There's also a Soul Trader Coach Yourself course if you're wanting a course to upskill yourself a video course which follows each particular chapter where I'm coaching you on that. And there's my Become Who You Are video course as well. And finally, if you wanted a fifth title, Space, Silence and Stillness is one of my favorites. There's some others on the rosario.com site, but that's a very, very meditative talk. I also want to thank on that note the Coaching Academy, who I trained with and I run courses for. And later on, I'm going to be running a session around compassion and mindfulness. And hopefully in the new year, we're going to be running a program around that. So yeah, the 5 gifts, just to wrap up, the 5 gifts: peace, love, joy, harmony, well-being. And together they combine to happiness and fulfillment. I just want to thank you so, so much for being here, for listening to me, for watching this, however it is that you're engaging with this, whether through my Catch the Coach, whether my YouTube channel, the Soul Trader YouTube channel, Soul Trader podcast, however it is. I just want to thank you so, so much, and do stay in touch. You'll find me, Rasheed Ogunlaru, on Twitter. You'll find me on Instagram at Rasheed Ogunlaru. There is a official Facebook page, find the official one, Coach Speaker Author page. And you will find me, you'll find me on so many places, YouTube and so on. So there's lots of stuff on the Soul Trader YouTube, and there's the Soul Trader Twitter and so on. So I just want to thank you so, so much. Wishing you all the best, every happiness. And remember these 5 very, very, very special gifts. Take good care. Bye-bye.